Aloha YouTube, this is Kai Turner coming at you with a new video about the Google Play apps. I wanted to refresh this series because it was one of my most popular series and a lot of people tend to like me talking about apps and technology and things like that. So I said, why not make a new video about it and basically just refresh it for 2021. So I'm gonna do Google Pay, which is now called GPay, and show you how that kind of functions and reacts nowadays. And if you go to the Explore tab, you can see that you have different retails. So you have a myriad of different companies from, Crocs, McDonald's, Body Shop, Adidas, pretty much any company you want to go to. And you can pay, if you pay online, you get a way bigger cashback discount. And all you have to do is use one of your cards that you have in your, uh, you know, GPay account, and you'll get that discount. Online is similar. The amount of cashback you get is going to be way crazier because it's just online purchases only. So you can see in this case 20% cashback. That's basically 1/5 of the cost is free. I mean, how insane is that? Panera Bread 15%. So you get some really insane discounts if you do it this way. I would advise that if you're like an online shopper and you want to do that, just do that. Just do it via GPay. And so no point in you doing anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? This one is really cool. Like if you have, let's say in a Google account, right? And you're like, and you refer a friend, essentially you could get $10 back just for referring your friend. And it seems like it always refreshes. So like right now it says expired April 1st, right? But I guarantee you on like April 3rd, it'll have a new one and it'll say like, oh, it expires May 13th or something. So it pretty much always refreshes. They want you to refer people because they want people to, you know, they want to get new clients, of course. I mean, it makes business sense. It's very economical for them. And you can see all the different categories for savings. You can see right here for the different things. So this is pretty much what the Explore tab is if you want to check out your online, shopping and see the savings you can get in real time, you want to check out the Explore tab. Here's where they actually made a lot of new improvements, actually, is right here in the Pay tab. One, you can connect to pretty much all of the people you have in your contacts and your phone, anything like that, via find people to pay. So it's like you can Venmo people, you can Cash App people, but without actually using those apps. You get what I'm saying? Because anybody with an email or Google account, which is pretty much everybody who watches YouTube, you can pay them directly into their account. So it's really seamless and easy. It stores all your purchases. So like, let's say you take a picture of one of your receipts, right? Not only does it like itemize it, but it also shows where that location is. So let's say like my ugly baby, this is a donut shop in Oslo. It marks all the times you've went there, so you can see the 2 different times right here. Then it also shows you where it is on Google Maps. So you can see like, okay, that's exactly the location. Just in case, let's say hypothetically, you're in the States and somebody used your card and you didn't, want them to use your card or whatever. You can see the transactions they made via that. And you can even see your old receipt. Isn't that, how cool is that? So it's like you get, it even tells you what you got in plain people's terms. Fancy donut, batch brew. It's like, how can it read that off the receipt? It's crazy. Technology is crazy. So it actually can, it itemizes it without you even clicking on the receipt. So you don't even need to know what you got that day. And it'll tell you essentially what you got that day, You can see all of your purchases from a company just like that. And all the receipts that you've ever taken a picture of show up there. So let's say menu, same thing. And you can see your receipts and it'll itemize them just like the other one. Boom. And you can even see all the extra stuff right there. It keeps it nice and seamless so that you just always have access to that information. Where did you get it from? Which specific location? How much did you spend? And what items did you get? So for somebody who's like, if you're doing taxes and things like that, very easy to just archive and things like that. Now you got new stuff. Look, you can order food directly from Google Pay these days. Like, how cool is that? Forget about Grubhub and Uber Eats and Dropbox and whatever. You order from Google Pay. Look at this. And it even shows you which locations are close to you. So you can just go there. You can either pick up or you can, um, just get the food like that delivered to you. You can get gas, same exact concept. It shows you closest locations to you and feed the meter. Now, how cool is this? If you're in a big city like Miami or you're in, you know, if you're in a big city like Miami, maybe LA, it's New York, any big city like that, you know how important parking is. Even downtown Durham. I mean, it's a fairly, it's a fairly big city in North Carolina, and they have their own parking meter. So instead of you going and paying the parking meter itself with the quarters, you don't probably have quarters. Let's be real. I mean, it's 2021. You're not gonna have quarters. So you can just pay the parking meter like this, start a new session, as simple as that. And you can even pay for your parking directly via this app. This wants to be a one-stop shop for all of your financial needs. You know what I mean? Make it nice and simple. And you won't need to use anything else pretty much. The invite is the same one off the first screen. You get the $10 back into your account once you get a referral. And they get $5 too. So that's, it's a win-win right there. You know what I'm saying? Here's the cool part. If you're an analytics type of person, you like to see graphs, you like to see things like that. There's an app called Intuit Mint. This is essentially that, like a super cool version of it. It shows you the money you spent the month, and you can see all the different months and the different businesses you've frequented. You can see like how that impacted you. You can see how much money you have in your account. This is your Google Pay account though. So GPay is different than um, Google, because that's just for like the Google Play Store. Like that's a different entity. So there's two different entities there. And then that money is different from money that's on your cards. So it doesn't say money in your cards or money in your Google Pay account. This is solely for this, like for trading, spending, things like that. You can have money in that. So this is my Google Pay balance. You can see right there. And they even have two new things, which is one from Citi and one from Stanford Financial Credit, which is going to come out in the future. I made a video on this. Maybe I have it linked in the description below, where I said they're going to have a card come in pretty soon. And this is pretty much what that is. So it's going to have like a futuristic, Apple card type of thing where you can see your checking, you can move money to your savings, basically have like all of these features, but with a physical card to be attached to it. It's backed by all of these banks. So, it's going to be very secure and things of that nature. You can, see your activity, set goals for yourself. This is how the card is going to look. So actually funny enough, pretty close to my mock-up. You know what I mean? My mock-up was pretty much like this. And here's the cool part. Just like Apple, free to open and no monthly fees. Oof. Cards these days always have monthly fees. No overdraft. And you see right here, no overdraft. And ATM use. So this is the card to get. And Stanford also has another card that's a different card too. I didn't apply for that one because I like Citi more than I like Stanford, but you could do both. And when they become available, you get those cards. So that's going to be really cool. This is another overview showing all of your transactions. And you can even see if you go to all transactions where you can search individual businesses. So let's say hypothetically you were like, see, they give you suggestions, and let's say you were like, hey, we went to McDonald's what day? And it'll actually, boom, you could just put the word of McDonald's in. I love that it changes the color to the color of a McDonald's. And you can see all the times you went to McDonald's. Here's the crazy part. These are the ones that I went to in the States, and these are the ones I went to in Norway. As you can see the NOK difference. And just like before, they itemize all the things so you can see exactly what you ordered that day. You got a transaction ID. Probably should blur it out because it's probably easy to like get back to me. But I guess what I'm going to give you the transparency on this one. And it even tells you the time you went and on the date. And it's like all this extra information that it's basically giving you another form of a receipt, which is why I always like Google and its entirety because it's a software company, so it has a lot of like analytics and super specific features. If you like that type of stuff, you can even add a savings account to your account, and it's really cool because you can, if you don't have another way to save money, you're not invested into the stock market like I am. It's always good to have a safety net of money to just keep. You know what I mean? You don't need to spend it; just keep it there. Maybe add a couple of dollars to it every month, however much is good for you. Depending on your level of wealth. Some people $5 is good. Some people $500 is good. Some people $5,000 is good. It's all about how much money you make. But it's really cool. That's a great little overview. I wanted to keep the video short. I don't want to, bore you guys with all the extra stuff. And at the top, you can see the different cards you have and all the specifications. So you can, right next to your account, you can see all of your different virtual payments. And here's the cool part. You can NFC tap any of these cards and set it up so that you can use that when you go to one of those readers, and it'll just tap to pay, boop. Just like in Europe, everybody has tap to pay cards, so you don't really need that. But here in the States, not cards are just starting to get the NFC badges and stuff, so they can you can tap to pay. So it's good to have that, especially now during the pandemic. It's more evident than any that you want to tap stuff. You don't want to do that. It also keeps all your reward stuff here. Now, here's a big one, because let's say you're like me and you have like freaking flyer miles. You got, different rewards programs and things like that. No one wants to keep a wallet or a purse full of these rewards cards. Let's be honest. I mean, it gets insurmountable after a certain time. You're going to have like 100 of these things. So to have them all in one place where you can just be like, oh, I want to go to Starbucks today. Just click the button, boom. It shows your receipt, and then you can actually, your tag, and then you can just show that to the cashier, and boom, you can check out just like that. So having that, super duper convenient. You can always add more cards, add additional cards, and you can sync it to your GPay wallet, so you can pay pretty much online stores, offline stores, in real life stores, all of these with these payment methods. Everything's nicely and integrated and synchronized. This is one of the most productive apps you can use. You know what I mean? Like if you're a Cash App frequent, I think that this is a really good alternative, especially in terms of like the overall feature set you're gonna get for that. As always, this is Kai Turner signing out. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and catch you into the next tech video. Peace.